Good morning, class 8. In the previous class, we have started lesson 2nd. Now we are going to continue with that only. Today's topic is making of curd. In the previous class, we have discussed how the microorganisms are useful for us, and we have learned about short of points in them. Today we are going to learn about them in detail. What is our first topic? Making of curd. Milk is turned into curd by bacteria. As you know, how milk change into curd with the help of bacteria. In order to make curd, a little pre-made curd is added to warm milk and set aside for some time. Curd contains several microorganisms include lactobacillus bacterium. Lactobacilli bacteria promote the formation of curd from milk. A bacteria which is present in the curd, that is, the bacteria is lactobacillus. What is lactobacillus? Is the name of the bacteria that is present in the curd. When we add little amount of curd into warm milk, what happens? The bacteria gets multiply itself in that warm milk, and when little curd is added to warm milk, then lactobacilli bacteria present in the curd multiply in milk and convert it into curd. Means when they multiply itself in the hot milk, they change the whole milk into the curd. This happens as follows. Milk contains sugar called lactose. Milk contains a little amount of sugar in it, that is known as lactose. Lactobacilli bacteria converts the lactose sugar into lactic acid, and it converts the lactose sugar into lactic acid. This lactic acid then converts milk into curd. We can now say that the microorganism utilized in making curd from milk is bacterium. The name of this bacterium is lactobacillus. So what is the name of the bacteria? Lactobacillus, that convert the milk into curd. By what process? By changing or by converting the lactose sugar into lactic acid. An important ingredient of idlis and bhatura is curd. When we prepare idli and bhaturas, we add a little amount of curd in it. Curd is added in making idlis and bhatura to make them soft and spongy. When we add the curd, it makes it soft and spongy. Bacteria are also involved in the making of cheese, pickles, and many other food items. And bacteria also involved in preparing many type of food items such as cheese, pickles, etc. What is our next topic? Making of bread. Our next topic is making of bread. Yeast is used in the baking industry for making bread. Yeast is a type of bacteria also. It is used in the baking industry to make the bread. When yeast is made in dough for making bread, dough, what is dough? Dough is a solution of bread. Understood? Dough for making bread, the yeast produce rapidly and give out carbon dioxide gas during respiration. What happens? And when the yeast reproduce themselves rapidly, they give out the which gas? Carbon dioxide gas during their respirations. The bubbles of carbon dioxide gas fill the dough and increase its volume. What happens when the yeast respire and give out the carbon dioxide gas? The bubble gas filled in the dough and increase its volume. This makes the bread rise. The holes in the bread are due to the bubbles of carbon dioxide given off during the baking process. Why the holes in the bread are present there? Due to the bubbles of carbon dioxide gas given off during the baking process. This makes the bread light, soft and spongy. For the same reason, yeast is also used in making cake and pastries, and same process for making cake and pastry, yeast is being used as an activity given for the demonstration. You can see this. In this activity, it is telling us that take a half kilogram of white flour, that is maida, add some sugar and mix with warm water. Then add a small amount of yeast powder and knead the mixture of white flour, sugary yeast and water to make a soft dough. Then mix it well. Keep this dough aside about 2 hours and keep this mixture about aside for 2 hours. We will find that the volume of dough has increased. We say that dough rises. From this discussion, we conclude that yeast is the microorganism used in making bread, cake and pastry. Yeast is a type of fungus that makes the thing fluffy, spongy. Understood? Now our next topic is commercial use of microorganism. What is our next topic? Commercial use of microorganism. Commercial, what do you understand by commercial use? Means they use the microorganism for their benefit, means to get the money. That is the commercial use. Now see, microorganisms are used for the large scale production of alcohol and acetic acid like vinegar. Some microorganisms are used on large scale for the production of alcohol and acetic acid like vinegar. Yeast is the microorganism which is used for the large scale production of alcohol. This alcohol is then used in making wine, beer and whiskey as well as industrial spirit also. So we can now say that yeast is used to produce alcoholic drinks such as wine, beer, whiskey, etc. and industrial spirit. Yeast is capable of converting sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. The sugar for making alcohol come from substance such as cane juice and fruit juice, or from substance such as barley, maize, rice, etc. Means the sugar for making alcohols, where they come from cane juice such as sugar cane, fruit juice, or some substances such as barley, maize, rice, etc. And the most important thing, that they contain starch which gets converted into sugar. Means the juice that used for making alcohol, they contain starch to convert it into sugar. This process of conversion of sugar into alcohol by the action of yeast is called fermentation. What is fermentation? Fermentation is the process by which sugar change into alcohol by the help of yeast or by the action of yeast. What is fermentation? Fermentation is the process in which sugar changes into alcohol by the help of yeast. Fermentation was discovered by Louis Pasteur in 1857. When it is first discovered? It is discovered by the Louis Pasteur in 1857. In order to make alcohol, yeast is converted sugar into alcohol. This alcohol then used in various purposes. We can carry out the process of alcoholic fermentation in laboratory as follow. We can do an experiment for that also, how it's changed the sugar into alcohol. And one thing I want to tell you, yeast grow naturally on sugar present in grains like barley, maize, rice, sugar cane juice, fruit, etc. Yeast naturally grow on that. When we left it over for some time, yeast naturally grow on that, which contains starch, and the starch changes into sugar, and slowly it's take the process, it's take time and convert the sugar into alcohol. An example given here. Let's see, have a look on this activity. Take 500 ml beaker and fill it 3/4 with water. Means we have to take 500 ml of beaker and fill it fourth of third part with water. Dissolve 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar in it, and we have to add 2 to 3 tablespoons or teaspoon of sugar in it. Add half of a teaspoonful of yeast powder to the sugar solution, and we have to add a yeast powder in that solution. Cover the beaker and allow the mixture of sugar solution and yeast powder to stand in a warm place for 4 to 5 hours, and cover that beaker and keep it at a warm place for 4 to 5 hours. Now smell the solution. We will get a characteristic pleasant smell coming from the beaker. This is the smell of alcohol, because sugar has been converted into alcohol by the yeast. Now taste the solution from the beaker. We will get a burning taste. This burning taste is due to the formation of alcohol. In this way the alcohol forms. So that is enough for today, class 8. Now we'll continue this lesson in the next class. Please do a thorough revision of fermentation, making of curd, making of bread. Have a nice day. Bye bye.